When I hear the word heinous, I think of two things, both of them movies. One is My Cousin Vinny, where the prosecuting lawyer pronounces it hyenas, like this heinous crime. And the other one, of course, is Bill and Ted, where they have heinous drawbacks to getting their history report done. But, like Bill and Ted, I believe we will emerge most triumphant. As we go into the heinous levels, starting with number one, always starting back at square one. The final sacrifice. I do have to say, sacrifice is spelled wrong there. That's just one of those things I always notice and I always have to point it out. So sorry if it causes hurt feelings, but I just have to mention it. Sacrifice is spelled wrong there. I just can't unsee things like that ever. I always catch them. So if you want to release a .01 version update to update that spelling, do that. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you. 30 lemmings, 96% to be saved in 5 minutes. This looks like a repeat, actually, of a level we've prayed about previously. Let's see. Yes, and we are going to need to pray because the lemmings are in hell today. Let's see. Let's get to it. What have we got here? Two bashers, four builder. This doesn't seem all that heinous so far. If I just send a guy over the top. Wait, how many am I supposed to save? How many can I get away with? 96%. Okay, so I can kill one. I think, okay, yeah, I think sacrifice is going to be this athlete guy that I make at the beginning here. Because in order to get him in order to get everybody out safely, I'm going to need to sacrifice him. Because it's going to take 2 bridges to get across here. So I'm going to have my 2, wait a minute. Well, now, hang on here just a wee gone minute. Okay, I think I've got this, actually. Oh, yes, I'm gonna need... They're gonna go curse splat if they fall from that height. Okay, I'm gonna need to do some... Alright, I'm gonna need to save him at the last minute. Okay, so... Yeah, okay, so I've got this. Yeah, that was quite a flow downward. Okay, so now I'm going to bash here. And right when he gets to the end, right when he bashes, I'm going to have him turn around with a builder. Because he's got to turn around somehow and save his compadres. And hit your head, hit your head, hit your head, hit your head, hit your head! I was trying to get you to hit your head. Dang it. But I've only got the one guy, so... I've only got one climber and one footer, so I feel like I pretty much have to do it that way. Get him out of there, and then as soon as he bashes a hole out, build to turn him around, and then he builds up to here, of course, so he can save them from going splat, and then they all get out safely, because there's my other basher right there. I'm pretty sure, pretty positive this is splat height, right, if I do it this way? Okay, yeah, we get to see here. Let's check it out and make sure that's the case. They're going to die. Oh, yeah, they're going to die. With extreme prejudice. Okay, yes, that's much better, because they can peek out through that little hole now. Now he can build from, I'd say maybe about here. That should get the bridge high enough to save them all, I would think. So let's go ahead and save them all. Make your final sacrifice, athlete. It's always the athletes that make the sacrifices for the weak, pitiful peons, is it not? Always making their sacrifice. There we go. That does it perfectly. And that is just enough of a little space for them to get out of. Yeah, there we go. The due sacrifice was made. The lemming gods are pleased. Let's get them all out of here and move on. That wasn't so heinous a level, but I know it's going to get way more sick and twisted than that. It almost has to. For this to justify being the final rating. But there we go. That felt kind of like a little bit of a boiler room type level, like putting a little hell level there near the beginning of May Hyenas him. Here we go. 90 miles per hour down a dead-end street. What a great name for a level for some reason. Yeah, 90 miles per hour, 90 release rate. Makes sense. And 1 minute to get it all done. Oh my goodness. 20 lemmings. I can kill 3 of them. Looks like. Okay, 1 minute for this most hyenas level. Okay, what have we got? We got 1, 1, 1, 2 builders. And, oh my. How do we even begin? We got to get a guy over the... We got to send a guy... Okay, I think I'm seeing it already. Okay, let's go ahead and Okay, yeah, they're going to be taking quite a walk here. Okay, so I want to get them walking maybe this way. Okay, yeah. So this guy has time to work. He needs to build here so that he can turn around. Alright, we're going to save ourselves some time here. Okay, they're going to go bouncing into the wall. No more blockers. Okay. That's about what I suspected. Oh my, they are coming on strong. Okay, yeah, so now he needs to build. Oh no, they're coming up way too fast here. Okay, so how do I... Well, I've got to slow them down at least a little, but I don't really have the time to slow them down. They're already coming out the gate. Okay, there's a digger that I missed. So, whoa, what did I miss here? Okay, they're all turning around. So even doing what I did, even giving that guy that kind of space, because see, ideally he would bash through here. Wow, every single one of them turned around and went into the bubble mug. That is not optimal, not even a little bit. Oh goodness. Wow, well, where does the digging happen then? And we have a bomber too. Maybe. Oh gosh. Wow, that is ugly. Let's look at this real quick. Okay. One blocker. Maybe we need to put the blocker down here somehow. But I don't really understand how we would accomplish that. Because we got one digger also. But you gotta stop him somehow. And we have a bomber, so... Huh. That's a sticky one. That's a sticky, tricky wiki. I feel like at least initially this is right somehow. Yeah, only one floater, so only one guy is coming down the way here. And I do feel like he has to build. But they're coming out 90 miles per hour. They are coming out awfully fast. So how do I head them off at the pass there? I mean, I can't really think of much other than just keeping on what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, wow, that's close. No, he can't dig because he's got to finish this bridge because he's got to go to the left somehow. Where does this digger fall in? Huh. I do not know. How do I... Okay, this is where the heinousness comes in. Okay, this is where the Haynes beefy tea starts fitting a little awkwardly. Yeah, because they're going to start turning around. They're already coming. How do I... how do I... I didn't have a climber, so there's nothing I can do from that end. Yeah, I may save a few more this time. May save a few more, but it's looking like probably not. If I can save even one more, then progress is being made. But progress is very definitively not being made here. How do I use that digger, I think, is the question. Because that's the one thing I haven't figured out yet. I do think I have to do this in order to turn him around. But, oh, man. Woof. Whoo, doggy. That one's going to be a weirdo. Okay, I think I've got it worked out. Let's see. Let's go ahead and we do have to do a builder here, I think. Let's go ahead and get him going. Okay, so now... Okay, yeah. So he can block. But the secret here is that the blocker is not going to be the bomber. The bomber is going to be somewhere like this guy. The first guy going to the left here. So now we have to be very careful. We have to put ourselves on watch. No, that's not what we want to do, though. Oh, no. That's a little worse than what I wanted to do. Okay, so he needs to go a little bit farther out at least. Have to at least get past the vacuum sucker. The suckalux there. Okay, so now... Alright, go ahead and block. So now we need to put him maybe a gap of 3 out. That may or may not be really any different than the last time I tried it, but... Okay, yeah, I think he's a little... Okay, yeah, they're farther enough away now. Okay, so now the last guy, we're going to be doing some pretty heavy multitasking here. We're going to go ahead and make him... We're going to make him dig. Okay, and now this guy, he can't just free fall forever. He's got to float. Now this guy is going to do the bashing. Yeah, he's way ahead of schedule, and this guy is going to build. And that should be the 3 that we get killed. Basher who walks off this way, Bomber who blew this hole, and Blocker standing up there doing a fat lot of nothing. So yeah, he runs into that, and they all file into the X. That should be 85% if I read all that. Oh, God. The time, though. The time. You guys don't have much time. This is a 1-minute level, after all. You do need to kind of... Okay, maybe I need to condense this a little. Okay, maybe I need to condense it a very slightly little, actually. Well, we'll get it done. I guess I put the blocker too far out. Okay, that should be much better. The blocker needed to be a little scooch farther up. There we go. 85% with 1 second left. Oh, it hurts so good. Oh, man. Wow, I didn't think we'd be able to fit in 3 levels in Heinous, but here we are. Inventions and Dimensions. This is a recopy of the Fracture level. Not a level I expected to see recopied. How is this one going to be any different? Well, I see a little hole right here that's already different. That's... Maybe... I don't remember that steel being there, but it could have been a thing, I guess. Yeah, this looks different, because I don't remember that being there, because I remember taking in the cool texture of the inverted block on top of the regular block, and it was just... It was cooler that way. 2... No! Climbers. Interesting. 6... Ooh, gosh. How do you do it then? Do you just build up and over the way? 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, and then, well, how do you... Oh, this is going to be an intriguing little flight of fancy. Still got the little thin hole there. Okay, 1 basher, and no plowing through this. Well, how are you going to secure your... guys? I mean... And only 6 builders? How many? It's got to take at least, like, what, 4 to get up over this thing? So what are you going to do with just two guys? But you've got to get them all up there somehow. Like, okay, there's a blocker. What are the specs on this one again? 98%. Okay, so, and I have, ooh, I don't have a guy. Let's try going over... Where do I build from, first of all? I think if I build from right here, I'll end up hitting a thing. So I kind of want to go from a little bit back, I think. A little bit back from the entrance. Maybe like here. How many builders is this going to take up, though? This is kind of crazy. Like, I can see myself needing a whole lot of these builders. Maybe like 4, hopefully not 5, but maybe even 5 of them. That would be insane in the membrane. So how do I have a feeling I'm going to be having to figure out a way to... I'm going to be having to figure out a way around this. Around this egregious builder usage right here at the beginning. How am I going to do that? Because, see, I've already used 4 builders getting up over this thing. Okay, so now we're in real business. So, I need to think, how are we going to get there? I mean, well, you could bash build, but you would not be able to... You just wouldn't be able to get over your blocker. And then if you go over, like if you build over this, and you send a floater down and he goes and he lays all the groundwork like this, yeah, there's gotta be some way. Yeah, I used way too many builders at the start, because like you gotta cover this, you gotta cover you have to potentially cover this, this, and this. So you have to kind of use 3 builders here, I think. Maybe start from like right here and go bonky bonk. But then like, because if you float down here, he's going to die. Oh man, I got to figure out how to piece these builders out. That's going to be the real challenge here. Because see, I can't just go like this. I mean, that gives me some space to work. But if I were to just go over the top here and then bash through and build, then that's it. That's the end right there. I can't do anything from there. I use this builder. I get him home safe. Oh, and I hit his head, so I don't even manage that. So I got to figure out something here at the beginning with my builder situation, because 6 builders is not a lot to work with here, and there is probably one very specific way to do this that I'm not seeing right at the outset. Alright, we went straight from moderately difficult to Tumblr Girl I can't even difficulty. This one I had to be told straight out, and it's mildly clever, I suppose. I'm not sure I would have figured it out, but we're going to go ahead and go with this. We're going to go from here about maybe that might be too far up. But we're going to build to the left first. This is the first hint I received, and I had absolutely no idea what to do with it. Yeah, that's a little far up. Let's go ahead and redo it. We want to get the tip of the bridge near the entrance, so let's go ahead and redo that. Let's make it a little less shabby looking. I think that... Oh, yeah, that's much better. Okay, so we're going to build to the left first. We're going to build one bridge to the left. And then once we get our one bridge built to the left, I think it should be safe to go ahead and... Yeah, here we go. All right. We're going to let everybody come out now. And then once the last lemming drops out, we are going to take a guy going to the right here. And he is going to build to the right. Now, as you can see, that keeps everybody trapped in without using a blocker. That is quite important. Okay. Alright, get going, get moving. It should only take 3 bridges to get to the top of this now. This is how you keep everybody held in. The action is restricted to this portion of the level, but 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, he'll make it. So yeah, you don't have to do anything over here. This is all just pure decoration at this point. Oh, wow, that was barely in the can. Okay, so now we're going to build, and we're going to bash. We do have to bash up against the wall, because I don't think that is quite touching the steel. And we wouldn't want him to turn around anyway, because then he would get shoved back into the herd. So now we just bash this way. Yeah, you get a little bit of the limb mini glitch, but there is a little teeny-tiny hole right here. And that should save us in the end. Yes, okay. And then you just use your, where is the closest walker? There we go. They all should have walked up the bridge, but I got too close and now they're all trapped in there. I hate... Oh, and that's sealed up anyway. But this is pretty much how you do it. It's just gonna take a little more finesse than what I gave it here. Okay, yes, that's much nicer. And now I should be able to separate one from the packs to do the block. Okay, yeah, I see a kind of separated out guy right there who will be perfect for this job. He is the perfect applicant for the position. And there they go, walking up. Yeah, that takes some precision that in Lim Mini, anyway, is a little bit... Takes a little bit of finagling to really get right, even with all the precision that this little Java applet offers. So we're going to blow him up and call that our level. That one... I'm not so much a fan of it. I get the cleverness of using the builder to go left into the entrance and then using the last guy from the entrance to go right. So it's a nice little way to contain them without using the blocker, and then using the blocker as the catalyst to get the people out rather than keeping them in. There is cleverness in that, but I don't know. That level just left me a little cold and took a really long time to solve for a solution that kind of just was like, oh, okay. I don't know. Most of the levels I've really liked so far, but that one just kind of I don't know. You win some, you lose some. They can't all be zingers. But that's it for MobiLems. Join us next time for level 4 of the heinous rating, which hopefully is not as all over the map schizoid as these first three kind of were.